family, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever on a day. And welcome to the program Inside Salon today. Now the then and now media empire where they broadcast live on Facebook. Me now a host and presenter Mohamed Kamara, popularly known as Supermed. And today, na Thursday, the 17th of June, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I know the usual routine at this point in time. Now for begin share the program immediately. Because today, Inside Salon gets the organizers them of the Save Sierra Leone virtual protests. We don't hear about that protest, we don't hear the media all over the country in Sierra Leone. So the people where they behind for organize a particular protest, we get them live today at the platform. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we now begin for share immediately. Then go join anytime soon now. So we now begin for share immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Like what I say no more today, we get a very, very important people. Some people they know that in critics, some people they know that no say yes, them people here don't enough Tiganga one for fight for them fellow Sierra Leoneans them, wherever they. So we at this platform, we're grateful for get them at the platform, for men that can make it in case to we, so that we not go hear directly from them. These are the organizers of the Save Sierra Leone virtual protest. We'll get them at the platform today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now begin share the program immediately. The code is on win at this platform, a platform for all Sierra Leoneans. We believe in the mantra what they say, we for agree, for disagree peacefully. It don't mean say all the time we go grip on one thing. With the brand country, una the people them, una go be the judge. Let me not be the judge. Let the guests not be the judge. Una they watch. Una the Sierra Leonean community where they watch the program. Una be the judge. So today we'll get the organizers them where they behind the Save Sierra Leone virtual protests. So they can ask them and they explain to we why make they want to do that. So before other persons they talk, then country people they waiting up for them fellow Sierra Leoneans them back home na salon for make sure say their own welfare, their own human rights is protected. And we at this platform, we're grateful to them. We owe them with gratitude. Because what to do, not so we all able to nap and sacrifice with time. We left for busy schedule them for stand up for fellow Sierra Leoneans them. So the one they were able to do that, we need for the tell them thank you. We need for be grateful. We need for encourage them. We need for support them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we continue for share. We get plenty of salon people. We go can hear from them people there. So, like what I say, my first guest don't join. I go ask them. They say hi to Fambulem. Mr. Jallo Jamboria, welcome to the Den and Now Media Empire, sir. And we ask you for they say hello to Fambulem, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Fambula Munakushao. Afumami Napiari. Bondesia. Diana. I am Sierra Leonean and I speak the languages.
Wow, that is very impressive. That is very impressive. Thank you very much. And we appreciate you greatly.
And because, I speak other international languages also.
Wow. Well, you see, we don't say we salon people, we get salon people, and we really for grateful for say yes, we get them among the midst. We get the people with the talent, with the knowledge, with the know-how. If we continue for support them, we continue for encourage them, these people go able to help push that country forward. Again, I think so. We don't get another guest, we don't join me. Madam Fatima Conte. Madam Fatima Conte, now for say adu to famule.
Urakushe.
Thank you very much, Madam Fatima Conte, and welcome to the program Inside Salon today. Now the Den and Now Media Empire. Fambule, we're not going to delay any longer because we get technical delay. We'll make the program now start on time. But like we have said earlier, I say better late than never. Then people they are will get today. Now outstanding people and people that we get love for their country. Now the organizers they were also behind the Save Sierra Leone virtual protest, going for take place this Saturday coming the 19th of June 2021. I believe say when I get plenty questions, I don't begin post for them. I want to go directly to Mr. Jallo Jamboria, sir. Mr. Jallo, people in the ask say, why make una feel say una need for make a virtual protest? And if una feel say this virtual protest go able irrelevant enough for highlights the thing they want to stand up for, want to protest for, vis-a-vis for the human rights abuses, so on and so forth in Sierra Leone. What do you say, sir?
I can understand who side that question that they come out from, because the situation in Sierra Leone as it is very serious. Serious in the sense that we've been get a 10-year war where I go describe as stupid war, we dismantle we country. And the worst thing what the war do to a country, dismantle with mental infrastructure. A lot of we don't know what in the happen so na Sierra Leone, the origin. Me when they talk to now, I was party to a lot of discussions, a lot of programs before the international communities then begin come for help in Sierra Leone in the late 80s. By then, I was a teacher at the Prince of Wales School, and at the same time, I was vice president of the Teachers Union. Everything where they been at Sierra Leone today start at that time during the days of President Joseph Saidu Momo and the Minister of Finance then, Dr. Jim Fona. We've been working with the IMF and the World Bank before he came to Sierra Leone. First, he be bank governor, then later, he be Minister of Finance. At that time, the economy been so bad that even for run the system, money not been there. I know say some of you know say under President Momo, then be declare economic emergency. The reason for the economic emergency was the economy don't go too bad. People are not get trust in the system and they keep the money in a house. But whilst that been they gone, the government may try for see how for correct the situation. So then go to the IMF, say, do ya, una can't help we. At the negotiations then they then come with a lot of conditions before they agree for help we. The first condition would then come with, then say, we for change with constitution and with governance system from a one-party state to a multi-party state, and we for begin the processes of opening the society for make everybody feel say it belong to the society. That process now they call democracy. I want to fumble and get and clear. Democracy and multipartyism not the same thing, then relate. But democracy go far beyond the politics of multi-party. Now, when you get a society where open, where everybody, even to the least person, get a right for say what in a believe in, nobody no harass them, nobody no question them, nobody no take advantage of them, then you are talking about democracy. Democracy is not a political term. It's a social term. It's a way of thinking. Okay. From that time to now, then we don't agree, we don't begin the processes, the war come, the war done, we see we don't get several elections. The elections, they indicate say we don't begin build institutions of democracy until after 2018 election, we see the process don't begin reverse. Now, if people then talk, then go beat them, then go arrest them. So this now the concern will make me, Mohamed Boijalo Jamboria, they ask the international community for can account for the moral obligation, because they were the ones who said, do this and we shall come in. If now the process don't begin reverse, now they'll forgo ask.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Jallo Jambugawale. Olande quickly, we don't get another guest, Mr. Taps and Baba. We don't journey. Mr. Taps, Baba, and for say I do to Famulen, please.
Good evening. My name is Baba. I'm saying every Sierra Leoneans or across Sierra Leone, a lot of people in sabi this face and they know this name. Good evening, and I hope say this coming Saturday, June 19, Sierra Leone and then will prepare for liberate Sierra Leoneans. Not just save Sierra Leone for one more time. We don't do them, and we can do them back.
Okay, then thank you very much and welcome to the Then and Now Media Empire, Mr. Baba. And again, as you just said, January, I want to go directly to you because I don't pose the same similar question to Mr. Jallo Jamburia. And this question is, plenty of people they ask say, how una come up with this idea? What to make una decide for stage a virtual protest? And if I feel say the virtual protest go yield the result una want, when for make sure say una help una fellow Sierra Leoneans back in a saloon for men to maintain the welfare and the human rights them go be respected. What do you say?
Sierra Leone, and know a business of Sierra Leone, one man business, now we all business. This now don't miss in our society. Because of something not affect you, if you not affect Supermed, you not affect Tab. But we forget say Sierra Leone is a small community wherein we are all intertwined. We all know each other. If you not be my cousin and auntie, you will be my cousin, uncle, or my uncle and uncle, or whatsoever. That's the relationship we don't stand. So for me to allow just 1% of politicians them for all the whole country to ransom, then we reach to a situation where he will not coming back. Some of we don't see say this is not about politics. I'm a politician. I don't serve the APC government for 7.5 years, which I boast of and are glad in me. Serve the government during that period of time in the office of vice president as an executive assistant to the vice president. And when I come America, I don't serve Sierra Leone in so much capacity, which my loyalty not to Sierra Leone belongs to not to individual, which even for come of this government and power, I think Baba, one of the person will contribute financially, morally, and physically. For go to the East and talk to me people then financially spend money for make SLPP government kind of power. I do that because having say we people them need for know the change of government. If they say this part should not be sweet, not try another one. But what they make I choose for joining when they call me the consortium and some few concerns you alone and call me say Tab, you need to come up with also you know possibly a lot of people in the listening to your voice and the move crowd for me to join this protest. I say fine. My only concern where I get, I know I'm for me to make this as something when I just like today, tomorrow, or jump in the street, we'll stop. Sierra Leone get a lot of crisis. A lot of things that they don't go wrong at that country. We're not just able to fix in this one protest. No. What we need to do, like kuna waiting at the platform, we get media houses there. The disappointment as Sierra Leone will just focus on the seats of presidency. Now, based on that, make we for achieve a goal. The disappointment as Sierra Leone are all sectors of life that are responsible for the failure of that country, including the journalists them in Sierra Leone, we all stay. They all don't see say journalism is business. Civil society don't see say na business. The worst of it na the parliament. So this FETO I want for me we do. Now FETO I want where I talk a lot of save Sierra Leone for one, law save and forever. We all need for no say. I don't in America, my brother, when I go for my job interview, I don't even sabi cancel yourself. But I get a job, I don't need for go sabi politicians. We country don't even influence that way. Now, even forget NGO, we don't get anything for do government. You need for get connection at government. When you get case, you go to court, you need for get connection. So wouldn't been cow that senseless war where we lost over 600 to 700,000 Sierra Leoneans who burned thousands of properties then born. We didn't see the things they see they manifest under the regime of this SLPP power government. But one thing we were not able to establish here as a fact, when them people that made a come, we know it was Sierra Leone People's Party, but then give another acronym, then give another attachment where they say power. No Sierra Leoneans not able for come for like able for challenge that equity. What them people they mean by power? That's what don't show say it was not SLPP that was contesting the election. It was another political party. If them people then live in the register, go na PPRC for nomination and say this na power. Somebody for don't sue this government at court force. In the first place, we not fool the people then. But that like go back to the question, Superman. Sierra Leone don't they in the situation wherein all sectors of life they suffer, but we all they pretend say we know they suffer, including SLPP supporters, them, including the pauper.
Plenty.
A lot of them, we all they suffer. I talk to friends them. I get people them right now within a university where them parents that are strong touch SLPP. They even dance for SLPP. But then they come and say tab I still pay for them. And they pay for them. If the system will work for them, why then still they also outside the system? That don't show say we need for put this partisan aside and make we come for this 1 year, 6 months, or this 2 year we all left. Make we hold a government responsible. It not for be just be this government. It can be APC come back. It can be CPC come back.
It can be anyone forever.
This thing get for be say Sierra Leoneans, anybody with a old public office. If you want for be corrupt supermed, you know say you get money. Like I see some honorable and go and talk say, oh, I will go lecture, I will get money. If you know say you be able to do anything,
why you not
being called anything at the stage? And now you count and wait and don't give them positions then they. Why did they not count? So we all need to come together, Supermed, and see this government not to no more the whole accountable. We get for all the executive responsible. We get for all the judiciary responsible. We get for all the parliament, and they're all responsible. And we get for all the traditional leaders.
The public service.
The public servant. Let we go back to traditional leaders. Who 14
Mr. just interject quickly. Some people in the argue say, what they do? They sabotage the current administration, the current government. They give them the opportunity.
Well, let them take winner courts. They are sabotage.
Yes, just all of me.
Chairman.
Supermed.
Yes, go ahead. I just want to pose the question.
Supermed.
Wait for me, sir. Let we come out
government
from public opinion now. Let's go on the legal side. All over in the world, there is provision for sabotage as a crime. If it is sabotage, let the government of Sierra Leone take winner.
Well, Mr. Gallo, Mr. Jambura, let's answer this question here. And I want Superman for let's Sierra Leone and not say, like some of you who face them, any side when they see the face tab, Baba, they not say tab na a clean gentleman we don't serve that country with no record. COI. When a commission of inquiry don't come, I was the executive assistant to the office of the vice president for 7.5 years. My name is not mentioned in any part of the commission of inquiry report. So for say a tab in corrupt, because like after the vice president week, na tab the week. If any corruption for being for be corrupt, we don't see the kind of corruption where they go. Not even ministers, people that even they will not be get anything to do with government. When they kill a Padem Barona, just a party women's leader was there. That was corruption. But my name was not mentioned anything. I think if we want to give Sierra Leoneans them, Aconate, we need for put Sierra Leoneans we don't serve that country diligently, like when Leon study. The players that will go play with politicians and take the credit and we win the game. We need for so no. If now Mr. Jabura will be in a SLTU, you service where you render for that country. Let people that pay you that service. They say you do a diligent. The service where they do, Mr. Superman. Let people then pay for that. So let's answer your question here. If Ubide sabotage this government, why 2015, Fatima Bio, Ali Kaba, Keketoma Sandi, the bank governor, you name them, why we all been jumping at Washington, D.C. and demonstrate against the Anescoma and government? So they want to tell me, say, they've been jumped for that demonstration at D.C., they're not been believing the demonstration, they just believe say for sabotage Anescoma and government. That same question where they ask, ladies, SLPP answer this question. Because I was part of the Concerned Sierra Leone when I found a member of Concerned Sierra Leone, as we found this virtual protest for the consortium and Sierra Leone. I joined and we all been there with them people. Me and Ali Kaba, even now this, we got a Photoshop, we got a picture, which happens to be the foreign minister and then ambassador to UN, now ambassador to Egypt. So it won't tell me say, in all them demonstrations, they all been kidnapped now DC. They're not been believing them demonstrations them. This thing I don't baffle me about SLPP government. I see them they run after Cherno back. Kudos to Cherno on what they don't do. These are the same people yesterday when they press Cherno, I'd investigate APC government. So why if you can't investigate them, they don't want to believe in transparency. They don't want to believe anybody wake out a virtual fact and say this thing wrong to we country. Then one time, Mrs. Sierra Leone just belongs to a SLPP crown, as Fatima Bio say, would I not support SLPP not to join Sierra Leonean? Because the first place, transplant.
Okay, Mr. Baba. Thank you very much. I want to all and this small. I introduce the other guests. We don't join. We just know one part the fellow panelists, one of the organizers them for this this particular virtual protest, Safe Sierra Leone virtual protest. Madam Franca Jallo, now for say adu to family, please. Now for unmute yourself, Madam Franca Jallo. You hear me? No, I don't think.
Yes.
Okay,
hello.
Yes, right.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I did drive. I'm running a little bit behind schedule from work, but I did with Tuna. I just want to introduce myself as the founder of the Concerned Sierra Leonean Women in the Diaspora, and also I'm a nonprofit director here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and a commissioner. So I want to make me people and know say, we the Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, we definitely they keep eyes on things there on the ground, that's alone. And we want to make sure say everybody's held, everybody's accountable for what they do, their actions, and make sure that lives are so much more better for people back home, particularly with women that we begin them, that's alone. There's a lot of changes that we don't see. And most recently, now the first lady, in TikTok videos there and so on, when there's so many concerns and so many issues, then where they go on back home. So we want for definitely voice one opinion there for we women and picking them. I get some data, I get some information while I go and share, but unfortunately I'm driving, so I can't be of much substance at the moment. But I did and I reach this now. I go stand on my computer, turn on my video, and I go able for articulate some few points then we I want to bring up at this particular meeting. But we are in solidarity with our brothers and sisters at home and abroad for just make sure say we people then they are kept safe and we country they go in the right direction. Thank you very much, and thanks for having us, Mr. Supermed. We're glad to meet you. Thank you.
Okay, then thank you very much, Madam Franca Jallo. And we'll get some outstanding Sierra Leoneans. And this panel is an example of outstanding Sierra Leoneans, and we don't stand up for the fellow Sierra Leoneans and back home. What's make they pose them questions? Some of them question they are to them. Now then question they are so the people the way they support the SLPP power government. Now the argument is whether they claim. And let go directly to Madam Fatima Conte. Madam Fatima Conte, if you can unmute yourself, please. Madam yes. Fatima Conte, the SLPP power government say they do well in the country. They say they don't institute commission of inquiry. They reduce corruption in the country. They don't count free education. All them people, all man, they will go school. They say so they work tremendously hard for turn the country around. But una don't decide for organize this one, so because una feel say there's massive human rights abuse they go on our country. People, them fellow Sierra Leonean brother and sister, them they suffer them welfare seriously and then human rights abuse serious one. And I don't highlight many things, but I want you itemize some of the reasons them. What to make una decide for make this particular virtual protest here, so the Safe Sierra Leone virtual protest, where family man now we go take place this Saturday, the 19th of June 2021. Go ahead, Madam Fatima Conte, please.
Onakushe family, Mina Fatima Conte. I'm a human rights, activist, and we concerned within the go on a region because we are all relatives. We all are one. And if they say they don't fit, corruption, that's fine. We are all for it. We want to make them fit the corruption because we don't want corruption. We want to make everybody live peacefully and make everybody enjoy their life with, food and everything, the normal stability in the country. And for schooling, so we do this protest because the government want they listen, to we. There's so much, killing, Padimba Road, and brutality, Michael and Magba, and them picking them, first of all, we are mom, me mama, again, we picking them. So I don't want to see all the stuff and the way they go on, in a salon, before, I don't say, it not going to happen, but, we for try for moderate, whatever is going on. And the government for no say we are all, family. It took an oath, say it go it help for it go able for be good, to the people and the property then. But we need to see that they happen. So we really concerned and don't try back for the protest and they agreed and say they need, according to the constitution, you don't need any permit. But they say we need permit. So now that make we do this virtual and the pandemic, the sickness within now in the world, we cannot go there. So now we decide for Duan, through the internet. We thank God for that because we can do that. So we want to make the whole world, Yagiwi, the international community and everybody else, all the Salon people, that will all come together for do this, not to just we within the state. It's all over, it's universal. So we can do one protest, so we go able help with family them back home. Thank you, Superman.
Okay, then thank you very much, Madam Fatima Konse. And I want to go directly to Mr. Mohamed Jallo Jamboria, sir. Mr. Jallo Jamboria, Famule Ogo want join this particular Zoom protest, this virtual protest. You go able to give them update detail them of who silent go for fender, all the details them and so on and so forth. But also, before you do that, after you don't do that, sir, the question where I be posed earlier on, I want to give back to you. Because the power person, they still say, but them people are not they give you chance. They say una na parties and people them when they do this here so for a particular party interest, and una they give them chance because they don't do plenty things. They don't perfect corruption, they don't mean free education, beaucoup when they say they don't do. Okay. What you wanna say? So
I'll go come to the second segment first before I come to the first one about which people then will get access.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
You see, one thing where they make a country go before, now when the elite class, the intellectual class, adopt ethics and truthfulness. 60 years after independence, Sierra Leone don't go behind plenty. Because the people them way, the nation they bestow trust on, they're not they say the truth. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid because after graduating from university in 1979, I took an oath to serve my country. And I did for 20 years, 13 of which I was a teacher. So if people feel saying politics we they talk about now, yeah, then ask me why I spent 13 years in a classroom. If them feel say me na APC. Because all throughout that period, na APC been there na power. As a graduate, the one that all who graduate, some of them get other jobs. Some go police, some go civil service. I stayed in the classroom. And I did it for a purpose. Because back in 1975, I had this picture in my mind that Sierra Leone needs teachers. Because by then, now foreigners been the teaching at most of the schools in Sierra Leone. And by then, 10 days, even if you're not a teacher, when they pay you a month done, you able to live on your salary. I started working 120 leones as a wage, as a graduate every month. Wait today, now they buy one granite. Okay? So, now left this bullshitting about Sierra Leone. Within that period where I served as teacher, when things been they go rough in Sierra Leone, I was one of the people who came out against President Mamo. 4 months we locked schools in Salon. Say this condition for change. We got him to change things. We started working in team. Then I came up with an idea with today, now in the benefit Sierra Leone, so NASIT. NASIT is my idea. So if people think we are partisan, some of you go pull on per salon. I want to let people know, say, I get a comfortable life in Norway. I came here in 2003. I have been elected twice in this country. So I even get room for compare democracy between Norway and Sierra Leone. Democracy not about wealth. It's about attitudes. It's about beliefs. It's about perceptions. And as far as I see Sierra Leone, the people, when they put trust, they know they create the trust where we need for run the society. All this talk about fighting corruption. Let us take the real pictures where Cherry or Bad don't expose. If the government genuinely believes it, within Cherry they talking rubbish, let them take them to court for slander and defamation. Let them do them. Then we go know whether they talk true, whether they talk lie. They have done nothing in the 3 years they are in power. In fact, they don't put the country behind. I am not afraid to say that. They don't put Salone behind. Now, for one spot, then they go announce, they make public notice, say, President say electricity for the next 2 weeks. So is he telling us that he knew we had the capacity, but he was just relaxed because he's a wicked man? That's how young people they not feel, say people they not the way they think, or some of us think. And that's why I've never been involved in anything that will bring tarnish my image. Although people they don't try for doing several times. Sierra Leone is going backward, and Sierra Leone, it gets so much resources that will not go backward. Some of the shameful things that happen in that country, people they don't know. I will take an example. South Korea. They recently built for we a city hall when a skyscraper, not so? 1961, South Korea, the capital city, it been Fiba Kurube. South Korea not get one mineral. Why South Korea able to develop in 60 years? We in 60 years, 30 days, we dey pa Dumpty game.
Wow, Mr. Jalo Jambo, on that particular bombshell, I want to engage small. I want to move the same discussion to Mr. Taps Baba, because Mr. Taps Baba, if you'll mute yourself, sir, I want to bring you kind of into the conversation. And again, I want to make people when they watch women and no say, we at this platform, we they pose the question them, we not only send to we. And the people who get as a course and find Sierra Leoneans them, we're able to articulate the issues them. People with vast experience, people that we don't contribute greatly. As to not hear now from them directly, not only they talk for saying that we they talk, because we say at this platform, we don't face so many problems. They don't attack this platform, they don't attack the platform all kind of way. But when they tell people and say they're going to slow we down, but they're not going to stop we. Because we they facilitate the conversation, we they bring and come to the attention of Sierra Leoneans. Let una the Sierra Leoneans be the judge. And we don't what you don't million from them people they all get so today. I'm overwhelmingly impressed. I know say them people and people them really, if you look down deep down, no more you gonna say then let the country, then let Salone, and then let the Salone people. Then they put their own reputation, their own waiting and call and time and everything on the line for push Salone business, for make sure say they help their fellow Sierra Leoneans them. So I want to say that one clearly, and not to make me so because what they don't say already, I believe they don't build that case, they don't make that case. So Mr. Taps Baba, again, the other argument when people that they make is that really this virtual protest that they make for Save Sierra Leone will have no relevance whatsoever. Then they continue with the progress when they
all right, okay.
When they feel say, then they make. So then go left on a bien, na people them way get a bone for pig because they put on a power, so on and so forth. What did you say to that?
In the first place, governance and continuity. Governance is a responsible governance, not to a family, something like a structure we set by a certain family It's a continuity. When the SLPP government fail, and then they think they wouldn't fail, and then no more they fail, or wouldn't progress, and then no more they progress, we all they fail as a Sierra Leonean.
How the country they go beyond?
I'm over 40 years old. Now Rondo so for large age 50, despite I'm a young man. But I think say I owe my country a lot of responsibility for that give out to my country. And which I expect say when we don't elect a leader of a country to any time, what you need for doing for tap onto the brainstem for make it or not for give them job. But for let
us don't want jobs.
For let be a national inclusive something like every Sierra Leonean is involved for build up Sierra Leone. I can always reference my case to Ghana. I get friends then at university, I get friends then at colleagues then at job, I get colleagues that where they learn from. Where Ghana don't create a nasty skill at the whole world, all Ghanaians the way they across the diaspora and they pay $10 a case, the minimum is $10 and above to the nasty scheme. Ghana they move towards for letting they take no loan again to international community because of the money no more they can say from the diaspora. They don't do for let Ghana start a lot of projects. We can do that as a Sierra Leone, but that can be only occur if the government will all say, after election is over, again for the president, get for behave like a daddy of a country, for unify all as one Sierra Leone and for work towards that goal. But if them say then get certain segment, the older people that are not important, then we move ahead, then that's fine for them. But my advice to President Bio, I want for let him not say, the Sierra Leoneans, they don't come together. So we don't come for make we stop with people that are Sierra Leone for let them not get the wealth and way or the help we then get to the international community. But we come for check and balance SLPP government for let them not say Sierra Leoneans the way we stop them and block them for them facilities they let them not get up. Some of who they talk, a lot of who they serve in their institutions them, or we get a lot of people say we even the above their institutions that we will be able to knock those and give them letters there to Congress people, the president, world president leader, world stage, and other leaders. So if
I am a personal friend to the Secretary General of NATO, who is head of all the head of states in the Western world.
So if he say,
I can talk to Jan Stoltenberg if I want to.
If he say, then people that I do for that we can we left with busy schedule them for that we sit down with the advocate for Sierra Leoneans then I the president I do. Because in primary responsibility, if they say another listening to people the way they oversee, people the way they abroad, this is my question why they impose to President Biu. Why they continue to pay ambassadors in the United States? Why they continue to pay with ambassadors in the UK and other parts of the world? Why not withdraw all the ambassadors then? Let them all sit on as Sierra Leone. Because the people in there as an ambassadors, now for supersede the affairs of Sierra Leoneans, they're within the United Kingdom, UK, and other part of the world, and based on that, make you pay embassies for superseding people then. So if you as a president or as a government say, oh, I'm not listening to them people that they're not serious, that means you the government not serious. Because if you serious, there is no need for making get an embassy in this part of the world where you supersede our affairs. Then I want him for say where government are responsible. And I want let this government not say, some of who they talk, we are not mediocre like some of the appointees, the way they not even know if they're left from the right. Because there's issues there. I think if people then say they check and balance you, now your point, if now a sober or responsible government, we don't see any part of the world with responsible government, then we'll call the people in a table for negotiation when I do a point. Probably the government will not see this thing. When I don't see and I don't point them out. When I deal with this, we solve this problem for make we move on as a nation. But if you say them people are not serious, then I don't know who is serious here. How can you be serious as a government? You massacre young people then. You know why let people then check and balance you. How can you be serious as a government? You people then they go without electricity. How can you be serious as a government? You people then they go without water. How can you be serious government? You say self as a president. You know say I'm feeling this particular problem where it affects me. When this pandemic comes, if we don't teach every government will be responsible and fixing country. Because it reaches time over 6 to 7 months when the world stands still, when nobody no move. So if the president not say Superman say we are not serious as a Sierra Leone, I wanted this president we just 3 months from this protest. Let's see what thing get for Apple to in government. In government, this particular Sierra Leoneans they don't come, we go broke the feather of this SLPP government. The bogus statement where they make say this is a mendocrat. Sierra Leone does not belong to a one tribe. As I'm talking to you, I have
relatives, them. I get relatives that when I'm Mende.
I am a very big mediocre.
You don't understand? I get relatives that when I'm Mende. I get friends that when I'm Mende. So for make it count, when I trivialize everything, when I take things to this way, when I not take what as Sierra Leone and serious, then that's the primary responsibility of our government then as Sierra Leone or Africa not responsible. And this time around, this is not just going to be something like with the check and balance matter no more. We go into the all affairs of for let them not say Sierra Leoneans then they suffer, and the suffer of the Sierra Leoneans is a suffer of we all. If one of we not safe, if one person safe, we all not safe. We all need for safe together. So Bria, in any body where the thing say, then one and the camera politics game scored and the one for cam score. If I want for score a political game score super med, I tell you say, me and one of the posts we been get close communication on the runoff with SLPP. I for don't left Sierra Leone self, I go na salon for go find job.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
After when I don't turn up, I contest say, then for change APC, I not ever call no politician again. Ask them. Are they talk here with a voting service? Any politician will not say tab call and say one job. Let talk on any platform. I not call anybody.
If you were like them, if you don't go, let them go give you job.
Job. What I do now for give them check and balance. But since they give them check and balance, they don't want for see people, they don't forgive that check and balance. And some of we are not like that.
Stand for the truth,
we are not like
enemy.
That. Superman, except I want to go Sierra Leone for let them make me minister, I'll be corrupt. But to be specific, the money what they make in the United States, no minister at the bite say no government minister. No
I
know.
I know.
If you're not thief. So why I need for come sit down, then I say at the challenge a system, then you can't fix here. We say we are not serious. That you the government, now you're not serious. Now you're not serious because you will not say these are level-headed Sierra Leone. So if the government say we are not serious, so the 13 political parties that will come in the consortium, they're all not serious. So the only serious person in Sierra Leone, we matter in we say now SLPP or matter
where they dance for football.
That is very wrong. That is very wrong. So this platform, I want to make we use this platform, and this way we want to use it diligently for let's Sierra Leone and then no say things and they go wrong. And if we don't fix them things and then things don't go wrong from 1961 up to now, not been fixed. We are just here on partisan issue. If you are not SLPP, you are APC. If you are not APC, you are C4C or NGC. And this has to stop. After election, we need to give with politicians and check and balance. Then before we go to the next polls. So we don't for go back, we don't for re-elect, and we don't for elect. So that's going to happen. And some of us stand on that. We go make sure say this time around that parliament not go just be a weak parliament within the pockets of Madabio. It not go just be a parliament. We go just there, they go take C4C 3 of the MPs and you put them a salary. We teachers then they go without salary. It is pay each of them one and over $10,000 a month. I go take 3 parliamentarians because you just want to destabilize this party. You go to NDC, they pay them $10,000. Well, President Biya not take that $30,000 where they pay each parliamentarians and another 3 MPs the way don't bribe. Why not take that money? They go pay teachers then. Why not take that money? They pay nothing. Why not take that money? Take that money there. Empower our hospital, they let people in there stop for dying to their situation. Why if you take $10,000 in each one parliament because he just want that vote in that region? If President Biya they work diligently, me we sit down as tab 2018 where I see him say we need for divert to vote. I can still come and talk to me people and say let we divert to vote and vote for this gentleman. Then the man can use the state resources for divide the country. So some of you know
on that note, Mr. Tabskanu,
and put yourself to that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tabskanu. I feel say you don't articulate the point clearly and family. You would ask the questions them. All the critical questions they ask them, and we get fine guests and also today where they articulate and make sure so we understand in detail why make they organize this protest just to save Sierra Leone. I want to go back directly to Madam Fatima Conte. Madam Fatima Conte, waiting Una as the key organizers them of this particular Save Sierra Leone virtual protest, they expect for achieve during and after this protest. What will happen after this protest? Or what do they expect for that to happen during and after this protest?
Well, one thing would expect say the government to go amend in ways them and be good to the citizens because he took an oath that It will be good to the citizens and their properties. So it will be good to the citizen and stop all this killing and stuff and be good, pay the teachers, then pay, help, create more institutions. So them picking and go school. It's not just academics, people like vocational schools and do this, for we picking that with brother and sisters there. So then go do more things. It's a hands-on science, so it never ended, learning. So to progress in life, because life is not to just stand still. We keep on moving. I make with it today, Yaso, and they talk, virtually. But because we're all in a different place, but we don't come meet one and they talk. So all this, and one report we come out with, and say in Africa, the whole African continent, Salone gets more brilliant people. So we can work on that and build up ourselves, so this is what we expect in the governments to do. And we'd expect, say, this would all reach loud and clear to the government, say, we are not standing still anymore. We are ready to fight for ourselves because, we're all interconnected and we don't write letters and distribute all over. And we all, that this platform, we get international, connections, we get from State Department onwards. So we get, and we voice them, we heard wherever we speak, they listen to we. So we want maybe the government self know that, say, that the government's for the people and not the people, for the government. So we get for work together. So we expect, say, this all Sierra Leoneans, wherever on a day, on a camp, we could join hands together. The people in backward and day Salone for make changes happen and make the government pay more, attention, to the hospitals and stuff. So we'd expect more changes, Superman, in life for us. Thank you.
Okay, then thank you very much for that good response, Madam Fatima Conte. And on that regard, I want to go to Mr. Jallo Jamburia. Mr. Jallo Jamburia, one of the spokesmen, when they talk for government na Salone, when they talk about this one protest, this Save Sierra Leone virtual protest, he say, no, wait till they go and send a Salone. All of them they know now, what people they send as propaganda na social media. So I mean, I was flabbergasted. I say, well, how this person will say then people don't know where they go na Salone because they know they Salone they like today. But all waiting they happen na Salone, they send a social. What can I respond to what then kind funny statements where they come up from Mr. Imran Sila, when one of the strategic communication units possible for government?
Tell the man, say, whatever international project or program where they go na Salone, sometimes they know about them before them. And okay, for outline that. And tell and say, I get a way for help them for do the right thing, but they have to create trust. I know they come defend myself now on what in that man they talk. That man where they talk so, maybe he not ever run institution past now. I have been in this game before now as a trade unionist. I can't know, we not to me go campaign say una can elect me. Now the people then say we they elect you because we want you to be an intermediary between us and Africans. I did 2 terms, 2011 to 2018. And in the process, I made a lot of friends and contacts nationally and internationally. There are things I know that he may not know, even in with the freedom. Not telling that. There are things I know about Sierra Leone that he may not know. And added to that, when I came to Norway, I did not go into academics. I look and say I not for go for academic because I not get used for PhD. I went into information technology. So tell and say even inside yours, if I want for Stian and Yeriam, I able to sit down na me corner, I go into my computer, I do that. But I know it do them because it's unethical. So let we begin caution with self. This issue of Sierra Leone is not on planet Oz. Sierra Leone is on the planet called Earth. And the world advanced so much now that anything where they be now, you they see and hear every moment. So let this man grow up. I'm advising him to grow up and modernize his mental status.
Well, Mr. Jambura, I can help you in that situation. I don't day in governance. I know how people that working drunk with power will not even get the qualification, so then can you flip around for let the presidency then and just to talk to water. Sometimes the president not even listen to them because like when somebody they talk substance, the first way they do anybody where they talk about what according to theorists and self don't talk say not get better, just one for show up for the people that if Ibrahim Silla or whatsoever, Abraham or whatsoever them call him
Silla, yes.
Yes, if he no say
part of the strategic communication team.
Where the guy not even get job because for him being the strategic communication team as they say.
And what strategies
so
are there?
We don't know which kind of strategy we need in Sierra Leone for make we get a communication. I don't know which kind of platform we get for live for the president for that. So I know they talk to somebody like that. I want the information. Fine. If somebody like Mr. Supermed, if somebody was like an information minister, where Sierra Leone people them we don't get job, we go through parliament, I may make them kind of statements. I could even take and say, all right, make I even go into make I analyze, make I see in Forbes and what he said. But Ibrahim Silla, he's a pinch of salt, and that's what I take him. The guy not get job. He just did the anger, we want done something and get $2,000, $3,000, which cannot be the make way they oversee. So the best thing want for doing now for cause more noise, a piece of way you sit on a TV, they just go talk Uruata, people that listen to him. One thing where people don't know if you understand. I can tell you, Dandy, no serious politician, no one scandal. And I repeat them, including President Bio itself. Any serious politician other than the war, we don't want scandal. Even we own leader who began I own a Trump. Sometimes we go carry one for make them fine, but they don't want scandal. So them guys, most of the way they go sit down, say, oh, call order from the above, arrest this person, do this. They are not doing it in the favor of the government. They are doing it in their own interest. Them and the best thing and the way they go do for make the president see them. And guess most of them people they can do them thing and day. If you check them background, now them guys they will not consistent in their entire life. Exactly. As me sit down, I also Tababa. Everybody knows a time na possible consistent because the first thing I try for do for myself now for make I able to get a secure life wherein any boy picking up human being where they bake in daily bread for a day. Now possibly not ready for sober for make any serious decision for himself. I don't go say for a nation. Because people in the whole you hostage to you to what you want to say. So this is what is happening. Some of them guys that we call themselves the dinner communication unit. They don't even know some of their details you say they never privy to cabinet paper set. Something and there's something when you talk to cabinet ministers, we are friends. So most of the things that when they go sit down, they talk or to what else on a TV. Now Facebook and WhatsApp they say. President Bio don't discuss with them. He don't talk to them. Because if President Bio talk to them in a serious situation, when you see serious people, Sierra Leoneans, and they can't into their issues there, when you see on that TV, you make sensible contribution for let we convince this government on the track as a sensible somebody. If I was there, what did I do? Now for make a try for create a system wherein the virtual protests will find their Sierra Leoneans then. But I have able to engage them Sierra Leoneans then, I have able to know whether the leadership of them people when they come together. Now the first way they do, what are the motive and what they try for achieve?
Exactly.
As a responsible government.
Exactly.
So from there, you go sit down, you begin to, all right, if Ibrahim Silla be not sit down at that place, you talk, say, I don't try for engage the consortium. I don't try for talk to them people. So if people realize one thing, say Supermed, sensible Sierra Leoneans and they in communication, what I did, when me they talk so right now, I just get one meaning for what they talk. You get people in Sierra Leone more educated and exposed and intelligent person where they evaluate the way they talk, me body language, me tone of communication. They're able to analyze it in 3 different segments and count a conclusive answer. Now, based on that, make it a CC, people they protect and change the government because they're little things and the one the way get the country now, and then it takes note of them. So then guys, and the way they can't sit down talk. Just sit down at that place because they get a platform where somebody just invites, they pay nothing. Now make you go sit down and talk trash. If then kind of then are then part of America, the world will find who said they're not even calling a media because the way they articulate it, the way they put in premise, the way they put it is that guys have been on social media.
It was the joker.
TV, it just attack personalities. They forget about the issues. The issue here is Sierra Leoneans and they go without 3 meals a day. The bread and butter president, you're not able to solve. The reality here is Salon they go without blackout light money. The reality here is President Bio in government they can kill people in Sierra Leone. The reality here is President Bio they can brutalize in opponent. The reality here is they can create a system for life and opposition just because in the President Bio itself he's not that smart and not intelligent. You know what? Any smart person will come around them. The reality here is President Bio in government get a lot of PhDs with no education. Then just get certificates. The reality here is Sierra Leone is not moving. I will not allow Sierra Leone to move to this point for 5 years. We stand still. They won't follow them to this situation in the next 5 years for 10 years. We are not ready for that.
No.
Iram Silla, if he's clever, intelligent, he can tell we how the bank governor not able to move the economy. How the bank governor comes, you don't say money not in a central bank. He can tell we say how JJ Sapa talk say the economy don't the host it. He can tell we how chief minister got thief how many million euros. He can talk to Sierra Leoneans how Fatima Bio don't thief so much money say they can make office. He can tell we say how Fatima Bio they can thief Sierra Leone the money say for hands off our girl. We up to now they say rape case they all over. He can tell we say the small Khadija may he so rest in peace. We die in the hands of rape. We take today the government they can play a politics to the beginning in debt. Ibrahim Silla for can't talk to Sierra Leoneans them sober-minded people them. Issues them. All one for understand. Not in tip cup like we don't bear food or you don't drink in 1 pint beer. They just sit on a TV because you get the access for can insult responsible Sierra Leoneans them. May no one for listening to them kind of mediocre stuff. If
Wow,
them kind of mediocre
that's a very passionate response, Mr. Taps. Baba Dana, a very, very passionate, a passionate response. And I believe it's family. Mr. Babadon actually painstakingly dismantle this so-called communications unit because the last same communication unit they we know say Alpha side you did Imran Silla did the other fellow did and well I couldn't say anything anymore more than what Mr. Baba don't say. But I'll move now to the protest in itself. Madam Fatima Conte. Madam Fatima Conte, tell what are the nitty-gritty of the protest, what you for happen in terms of speaker them, in terms of what do people get for expect for joining, what are the message to Sierra Leoneans them? Or now go tell people and family them way go encourage them for men and go join for this particular virtual protest and how the process get for them back for join. The nitty-gritty, please, so that family go benefit and family go know what for do during that day on Saturday, the 19th of June 2021.
We get for send, first of all, we send the link out, on Friday evening. We get for send the link out to people and so then go join we all want to work together because of this change. We need changes and we're not going to stand for this rubbish, waiting and do we cannot
protests, we go do 20 protests.
Yes, we're not going to stand for this rubbish. Enough is enough. We live in the 20th century and that's it. We put you there and we can take you back off. So, and, we don't try for negotiate a lot of times, talk to them and stuff. Even in this platform, I don't try for bring them come and say, okay, the last term, the other one tell me, said, okay, it will come. Then later on, he said, if you send me the fliton, and that's not it. I'm here and he knows I'm here. So I just want changes. We want changes, not just me. We want changes. And we're not going to stand for that until there is changes in Sierra Leone. There should be changes. And then if not, we know what thing for do and we know how to go about it. And we'll go tell people and say, when I'm sorry, when I don't go through this Sokia, but for 6 months when I will go through the Sokia, because we will hold up any financial support that is going there. We will hold it up because we have that power, we have the leverage, we have the knowing how to do that because it's our money and it's a taxpayer's money. We can stop all that, not to go over there. So we talk back to people and said, sorry, when I don't do all this stuff, when I need to eat, when I go drink water, I will pay. But this needs to stop. We need change.
But the people learn that now. So it not get worse than that.
Yes, so that's what we're going to tell them, and that's why we all standing up because, we all have family. I always say that I am a mom, we get picking them, we all interrelated. If you check, we background, you go through blood, the DNA, we all interconnected. Salon small. How they come out salon, you know, I think it's 3 billion or 2 million, you know, we are left, and now you don't, you know, it grow, but you don't grow that much. So I don't know, you know, and we really need to work together to build up that nation. We get money, like, you know, me and Mr. Jallo, they talk most of the time and try to say, if we come back, anybody when they come, we go help them for build up the nation. Each and every person go get paid. We don't need the international world because it's a destruction. We know we've been here. It's
Madam Fatima, let me
Yes.
just expand on what you don't begin so.
Okay.
As a geographer, the location of Sierra Leone in the Atlantic and the fact that we get the largest natural harbor in Africa, if we invest and we population, we get a young population of 55% of the total population. If we invest in them, we give them skills, industry grade skills. Not so we they go find investors. Now investors they go. In Norway, I wanted to take investors to Sierra Leone for go open a seafood factory. The people then say it will be too costly for make them take Norwegian. I go pay them $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month plus allowance for do that technical job who will not get the skills yonder. Now the skills we lack, where educational system is dysfunctional. We get all the potentials for being the richest country in Africa, where each person go earn $4,000 a month with the kind population we'll get. Wow. But people are not, they see that, then they see, yes, I affect mother bio. I thank God for that. I didn't know where they live a comfortable life. And one thing I go say, you hear me, sir, with all what they do so, I they assure the Sierra Leonean people, they will never see me go to stand on a platform for campaign, for be a politician. And I know I know public office in Sierra Leone. If the government of Sierra Leone is ready, I have a 72-page document we can sit and discuss as to how to take that country forward. It's a very simple task, but it has to be built on trust and honesty, not on lies and propagandas.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, today we really grateful for getting people on the platform. Them people that don't show them patriotism, they don't show the love for what they get for Sierra Leone. And they're not just they organize this particular Save Sierra Leone virtual protest no more. We don't see how they don't articulate the issues. Now people that really don't stand strong for push salon business go forward. Now people that way get the do it all, and it's really disappointing for people like Imran Sila and others. They sit down like when they say then are waiting and call work for government and come on just espouse just all sorts of rubbish way really enable substantiate because they don't even know the people. They don't meet some of it. They don't meet some of Una and they
if them guys were serious people, then for don't tell we say they don't meet SLBC now, we don't transform SLBC to be village in Akoadu by Guinea border, they see SLBC. Therefore, don't say a strategic communication unit.
Yes.
Then for don't begin tell we say how you go call somebody in Australia where they need the internet not the scramble. Then guys therefore we don't begin tell with some sustainability.
Yes.
Where they
don't make sure say every village gets effective internet. Who say they talk so?
Internet.
Now village. A village are they live now Norway.
Yeah. But like what you know more I want to say, I don't think there's one thing here. For all discourse of this guy, Imran Sila had him call himself. We don't not make the guy a subject. The guy is not even relevant. It to himself is not say not relevant. So we not like to discuss people that are not relevant in their own eyes. So if you see yourself as a failure, why did I need to discuss you? When in terms of national issue sensitive things like that, why did I need to discuss him? They might
and on a bombshell, let we just because
fine.
of time.
So one thing I want to talk here in that educational sector, here, country we're not ready for development, including Gambia, including Guinea stem, where then with the system then get dictators them. The first way they do the educational sector, like where Mr. Jambura Jaro say here, any country we're ready for development. Why somebody, a president of a country, need for politicize the university? Why do we need to get a president for being a chancellor of the university? Show me grandpa self will come on a if you don't go school, if you able get political power too for let be president, so automatically get for decide the fate of the university and Sierra Leone. We even see now how this president not even value education. Because if you value education, Lincoln University, this is an abuse of Sierra Leone picking their right. It is picking them when a potential picking them now the university sector. But this happened because the university not independent. Then get a politician say we don't impinge themselves, plan themselves into the university for proclaim say will transform the university in their own selfish agenda. Because why do you need for left an academic? You go out a politician for make a chancellor of the university. Which sense it make to it? It doesn't make any sense to anybody.
University will get equipment against one way.
Yeah. So you don't make what you don't make now. Guess what will not happen? The professors, them, the researchers, them, they all don't lay back because they don't say tomorrow, Mr. Jallo, no matter what kind of research you do, you come up one mediocre go come on a corribone Rwanda, then can make a chancellor of the university just in political appointment. Why will not allow the university to grow independently by itself? Exactly. Why? Does that make sense to every Sierra Leonean? Does that make sense to President Bio? Why the Canada agenda then the President Bio campaign? Why not their agenda they know they can function? President Bio in his manifesto, it talks it is separate the office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Why not they talk on that? President Bio in his manifesto, he said they can't tell you about good governance. This same person will tell you about good governance. Now he say one for local government, we connect the people and the central government. This person will talk about good governance. This guy will talk say they can't put freedom of the freedom of speech. Now he say they can't cyber law. Where Sierra Leone, whose company they where they what is Salon for do cyber law? I don't even know.
It's just waste of money.
Cyber law. When you talk about cyber law, you get going integrate why you want for the law them to effect. Or cyber law na Facebook no more limit to President Bio. In on cyber law, now WhatsApp no more because somebody write about you. In on cyber law, now Twitter or TikTok when we don't take now as a first lady of the celebrity first lady na Sierra Leone. So let we be serious for one. Let we be serious for one for goodness sake. Sierra Leone, that country has been the Athens of West Africa. Now, guess what? Simple Gambia. Now, it's a lot of the poor people there for go study in Gambia. I know you talk about Nigeria. I know you talk about Ghana. Are we really realize who says Sierra Leone is not growing? Will they think about that? Say we are not growing?
It is growing. And
so,
okay, but Tab, so that on that particular really sober and serious point, they will kind of for roundup. Because of time today, it was unfortunate that we started a little bit late, so we don't extend the time a little bit more. And like we are saying, our family, we appreciate when comments and all, and people they say, boys, when I release the link, then ready for join that particular virtual protest. And
the link will come out tomorrow.
Absolutely.
On Facebook and YouTube, we go try for circulate them. And another thing I go say, everybody stay in your house, join the protest online. If you get placard, put your placard. Last show now, like so. You see? Make and so, what they write and big one, let them see. Okay? Now, if person slap you, left them. If person curse you, left them. We not come for make una go fet. We come for make una show the world say, we want them in governance, that then are the barbarian, una civilize. I will stop this, sir.
Okay, then thank you very much. On that bombshell, and a very good advice. This is a virtual protest. When you need for going on the streets, most of the time, if you get your smartphone, your internet, your laptop, your pad, you can sit inside your room, you connect them, you know, sit down, you join the protest, and the link, the organizer, and they say the link go come out tomorrow, then go share them now all the social media sites, now Facebook, now Twitter, now all sides, and go there. So now go see the link, and we now go able to join the protest, and you reach on the speaker, what's saying for say. We don't see now just an example of the people that they be in this protest. How articulate and how patriotic these people are. Now find Sierra Leoneans are ready for help for push Salon forward. We can always support them. They need we all support because what you know if Salon succeed, wherever you did, if they're in the diaspora, all you said they benefit from that success. If then people don't take the mantle for push this thing forward, they don't take the mantle, they don't get all kind of attack and everything. We'll always support them, which is that the least we can do. We also tell them we're busy or one way or the other, maybe we'll job them or wait and cannot permit we. if people don't sacrifice for them, I don't support them, ladies and gentlemen. So they quite say no more with the
yes, sir. Let's
yes,
I forget. Now, even time with the Duam, 5 o'clock salon time. Of course, we get information, say, they get plans for block internet. Me, I go gladly let them block the internet. When them block them, they don't sell wikis for we to the international community. They don't prove, say, what they say not true. Or maybe they go use them for create glady for football because they feel say the people then cheap. All this noise about football. Now this virtual protest and they try for sabotage. We know. But whichever way they come with it, we have to sit down and talk to ourselves. They are not gods of that land. We not the gods of Sierra Leone. We are all citizens of the Republic of Sierra Leone. If something they go wrong, we see say in all right, we they try for talk to una not they listen. Sometimes some of you get methods who go use una not sabi. Now go listen to we.
Okay. On that note, too, now we'll give that back to Madam Fatima. Madam Fatima, I want to give you two minutes. Let you say round up. Like maybe you go tell people in the time for the protest, waiting people them for do for Januna, and you know the diff because people in this protest they take place worldwide. So the organizer don't put different time them. So if you can't use how you day, you not see time, you go must equate time to salon time, waiting salon time go there, and how would that's your own time go there that you country. Or we say America or Europe time go there, we say your own time go there that you country. So Madam Fatima, over to you, tell family you tell them in different ways and all these protests will take place.
Well, we get a flyer and we will put the time, you know, the times already there on the flyer. So we go send them out, we go dispatch them all over the place so people can go see. And one thing, they wanna go to the internet cafe, we don't know get internet, we don't go to the internet cafe. Una, you know, all the feds for we safe. So una can go watch there and una send una message them. And we tell una say una message them, no go, you know, wipe off, you know, go delete, we go save them. Because all this what we would do, we send them back na Holland. After a while, we collect everything and send them back na Holland. You know, for make them see what's in the go on. So when president's done in time, he get to go answer all the questions that Yasu. So this is not a play, it's not a joke. This is really serious because we never get him for do, but because we connected with Una directly. So that's why we're doing all this. So please, Una help we, like we have the help Una do what you Una do need for do. Tomorrow, Una go see the things that all over the place. Even at this platform, we will send them all over. And tomorrow back, me and Mr. Jallo and Tab, within another station. So we talk about this and send them all over. We don't go tired. Past that place, they change. Or maybe we die, but even if we die, somebody else will come back for can fight. That's the way we fight because there has to be changes. One person step they make changes. We say we there so back until Mr. King Fete for make we, you know, come here and be citizen, the one that went there for making them vote people and do all kind of thing for bring changes. So that's what we're doing. And we are all open, so we need to take anybody for bulldoze we, you know, that we put them there, so we will tell them back waiting for do. If they not do them, then we know, we self know waiting for do. Now we know it because we get the horn right here. We said we did. Thank you very much, Superman, and good night, good luck to all we people there. May God bless you now.
Thank you very much for that passionate conclusion, the way you don't give. So I believe say family really feel the passion in you for more help for push Mama Salon forward. And the same thing goes to Mr. Taus Baba. Mr. Taus Baba, for take 3 minutes for round up to Famulem for tell them about this particular protest and why make do this protest and why make it very important for me. They all fed for Jenuna on Friday, Saturday, the 19th of June, 2021.
The reason why every Sierra Leonean needs for January, Supermed say if you see government strategic communication units, then left for go do them work for fixed communication problem and Sierra Leone, then they discuss the virtual protest. That means the government is worried. They not say intelligent and sober Sierra Leone and they don't come. We're not only just they talk, but now people where they push and they are accurate. They're not drunk. They're not kidnapped, not drunk bed and just can't sit on the talk barefoot or seeking for job. So the government is
to drink. It has been 8 years and not put alcohol on me.
The government is hurried, like putting the happen because like any sober government, as I tell you, I don't work in government. When then such things and they happen, the government or they sleep, they pretend, say, oh no, nothing is going wrong. So for the fact the government already discuss them, then Sierra Leoneans they need for come and participate for the international partners and not say this is what is going on. And I think across the 16 districts in Sierra Leone, everybody knows that President Bio don't kill over 200 Sierra Leoneans in another country. Everybody knows, not only news. Everybody knows that President Bio do a massacre in Sierra Leone. Why the president is here responsible for that? Now President Bio and Julia Jallo now will vote for. All the other people say that President Bio give them trust jobs and say insatisfied for letting car work with them. And in the president said make 2 months ago say if you're not sabi person, you not trust, they give you job. And Sierra Leoneans and then 2 people and they will trust will vote for them. So all the massacre we don't happen at Pademba Road, President Bio, I know one Mr. Jallo for that one I begin by Obayo them people and they say those people get for answer them questions and they some of them put things then together for let them know say then get for answer them question and then ICC one day the Inspector General of Police, the President, and they're all responsible for that genocide where they commit na Pademba Road. They're all responsible for the genocide where they commit na Makeni. They all get for answer to them today. So fellow Sierra Leoneans, this is not about APC. I'm from the Eastern region. I grew up in Akono, I go school in Kenema, I go St. Theodore's na University of Sierra Leone. I have friends across. And nobody go talk say, Tab na this you do. In the day of APC, the same thing why they do so, Tab don't sit on a platform them back, we challenge the previous government. Say, no, this way they do correct, this way they do not correct. So if we do and then that was good, I think putting good for sorry. At the same time, Peter said for us, it's good for him. He get for accept them. So the government get for accept say, it is our right. And one thing when me and fellow Sierra Leoneans, including Mr. Jallo and Sister Fatima, all get for students put together, I think the Inspector General of Police will go for take an accord for making interpret that constitution. We talk say the section they say where you want for protect, you get for get police care, neither than police protection, because you know sabi that part of the constitution say day. So you get for can and interpret that thing for we police Sierra and say no. Salona to the country right now, where somebody can just come and begin life and people then believe. No, that's not the work. Now we see where they fact check the president right now. The president 1996, it was Strasser. So all the evidence and don't can say no, the party not to just on football who vote you on economics and other issues. Them no can't just celebrate football as if the whole country don't turn United States. That is not true. That has been checked. So do we are June 19, Saturday next tomorrow, 5 p.m. Sierra Leone time. Check your own time zone all over the world. This is not about TAP, not about Fatima, not about this platform, not about Jambora. This is about Sierra Leone. If we all
it's not about political parties.
If we all not safe together, Sierra Leone is not safe. I can tell you, say when police they shoot, they're not going to go shoot in a Jambora and picking up what they shoot. That bullets can be escape bullets, go kill your relative. It can go kill a minister. It can go kill a president. So do ya? As soon as President Bio watch this protest, women not say get for watch this battle of protest on the 19th. Every Sierra Leonean for watch. But the first lady is already watch. Julia Jallo, they all they watch. Because they want for no, we then would have get for present. And indeed, a lot of world stage celebrities. When I talk about celebrities, I talk about world politicians then, diplomats, influential people in the world. They all get for day on the 19th for listening to the voice of Sierra Leone because we already don't invite them. For let them see the evidential facts them or they present to them. Let them see, say, if Sierra Leone continue into this kind of drive, the money where you don't spend, they passed in 2002, we don't get peace. This peace, President Bio, they jeopardize it. They take this peace like when somebody they eat red banana. This is not the time for joke in that country. This is time for seriousness. Any country we don't go into war, there is a possibility between 30 to 40 years for that country going to war. But because the people that will still be perpetrating that war, then they are alive, the same thing where they go to war with, then still they say the same things that happen at the country. Injustice. If you not say, you're not Sierra Leone, if you don't know you host, if you go to court of Sierra Leone, then they give justice. That's why you're not Mende, you're not Timmy, they go just, they're not joining this protest. But if you know they get justice in that court, join the protest. If you the Kailan, you the Bondo, if you not say, Gary not to press the government they give you, for let's struggle yourself forget them. It means they're not there. then join this protest. If you know say you road safer than they make, road not reach to you right now, you struggle, water, you not get them. Join this protest. If you know say Sierra Leone not safe for you and for me, armed robbers they don't turn rebels in the country because the youth they not get job, they don't come out university, they don't get no side for good. They not the job they choose for employ themselves now with now for be armed robber, rob people and kill with. If you know that they affect you, join this protest. And the president, the government don't connive say don't put the state into a state blackout. Salona, the blackest city all over the world presently. So nobody knows this. So if all until they affect you, join this protest. Do ya me farm with them? This is not about SLPP. We know they can't campaign for say when I vote for this party, when I vote for this party, we will vote for change. And these changes, if Mother be no area, that ballot box 2023. Now, incessant will tell you alone and say, I know they will context again. Me don't do.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tabs and Baba, for that well patriotic call we don't call to Sierra Leoneans them for joining this virtual protest. I believe say that message don't go far and wide, and people don't go hear clearly. And Mr. Mohamed Jallo Jamboria, just because of time don't left for now, I want to take 2 minutes for let you summarize what we don't discuss today and let you extend you appeal to Famulem for joining the protest on Saturday, the 19th of June, 2021.
Well, I think the only thing we go say is we don't give the message to the people them why we they take up this protest. Now in their interest, not in we interest. Now I make a try for make and clear say, like me, I not get no political intention and I not go ever, they not go ever see me there. Let them mark that. Now me say, if I go to Sierra Leone, I'll go as a businessman. I will go as a private sector man. I sit down at my corner. I they pay me tax. I they do everything according to law. We they work in our interest because 60 years after independence, we country not able to be what it for be. Now I make a bring the example of South Korea. We not get mineral. Other countries then they like Singapore. We not get mineral. 1961, Singapore have been village. Look and see there. We need for do something for we country. And not only for we country, but for the picking, how they Cambian. Some of we don't pass 60. Now go they go so. We'll not get much time again. But if we can't pass here, we left that country in this condition. Believe me, you, after 10, 15, 20 years, the Sierra Leonean, they be slave in your own country. How the things they go so. But something then they will not go talk and we'll go talk to the big one them. Because we know the game where they take place. Then they sell we country piece by piece. But that has to be said to the people that matter. And when we say to them, they know what to take, what action to take to stop the process. You understand?
Okay.
But the only thing I go encourage everybody, quietly then now you corner, now your mobile phone, your pad, your computer. If you go na cafe, do ya? If person can offend you, take them very easy with them. If you push yourself, left the computer game. Because that moment where they push you, would they see them on the screen? Not retaliate. We tire with blood spilling. Let it do so now. We all not fumble in another country. Let's correct this thing once and for all. If the government in power ready, we go help them. Some of who get ways and means. We not the money, now the be all and end all in life. Now contact.
Now me expect on a week.
Contact pass everything. If you get the correct contact, you get the correct mind for think. You can do anything. You can come out from a beggar to a billionaire in a short time.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Jallo Jamboria. I want, and again, on behalf of this platform, I want to thank you plenty. I wanted Famu them do you allow we continue for supporting people. And then people there, now real patriots, now people who elect in country, now people who don't stand up for them fellow Sierra Leoneans and back home na salute. The human rights abuses when they take place there. We don't see most people in the prison right now as we talk. People who don't die and them Panemba Road, Lonsag, and McKinney. So on the places, the incidents, them plenty as we talk. So even a leader of our opposition party, when I'm Mohamed Kamara Mansare, is in prison. And this is not good for country at all. That democracy that we country we need for sustain them. Then people that don't take the lead, we will there be and we will support them. So they urge you now all on this platform. We appreciate them greatly. We urge you now all we continue for support them. So we continue for support the way they do so. Now good team. May God bless them for that. And family, I want to say, watch out. When they get the mayor of the Freetown municipality very soon on this platform. I worship Madam Ivona Kisera going on the platform very soon. And this Saturday coming, we'll get Ambassador Felix Pico Mawo can talk about that unresolved to Sim saga. And again, on the Sunday, we get a weekend review. We get a panel. We will come analyze what's happening and we continue throughout the week. And I believe they're not going to forget to talk about the amazing Leon Stars and success where they don't get. We're not success for all Sierra Leoneans, not to no political parties success. So they nobody.
But let them come go coach them for the next stage because we not see they get the potential for past first round.
So family, the coach just when they say all good things must come to an end. So we tell thank you when I comment them. We appreciate you greatly. We appreciate you guys them and the constant support. Despite the people who they Aku platform, we don't do all things for stop the conversation. But they tell us saying, "Go today, we're not going to stop with the conversation."
They're not able to stop nothing now.
Absolutely, Mr. Jallo. And I got in power.
Well done, fast then stage day.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, family. May God bless you now. Let God continue for blessing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.